93.5 K-Days Morning Show. It's Friday. It's your boy Romeo and Jaz. But you know, Cali, it's a takeover, man. LA, it's a takeover called Stop. It's hammer time. What up, family?
All right, what's up, family? Good morning. How you doing?
Man, it's a blessing to have you in the building, man. We're talking 25 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got 8 million stories. Can we choose several of them this morning, though? You know what I mean?
You pick one. You pick one.
Let's go back to the beginning, man, because there's a lot of people listening to K-Day now. Obviously, we're back in the day music.
Yeah.
But they want to know the story. They know about you. They heard about you, but they want to enjoy your journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, let's go back to when it all started. Like, you started with a group rap. I think you were involved with Christian rap as well in the beginning?
Before MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Before MC Hammer, we started with, it was two of us, and we were the Holy Ghost Boys. And we started actually doing what is known today as gospel hip-hop, you know, Kirk Franklin's, Lecrae, you know, all that. And this was back in 1985.
Way before its time.
Way before its time. And we just wanted to do something that, you know, had obviously a positive message in it, uplifting message and so forth and so on. So we started doing that. And then the other half of the group decided, you know, he was a singer and I was rapping, and he wanted to go solo singing. So he went solo singing, I kept rapping. And I transitioned into MC Hammer.
Yeah.
And first MC Hammer, the Holy Ghost Boy, won, then MC Hammer. And then and we went from there, or I went from there and put together our crew, and the rest is history.
You know, there's a couple cats I looked up to back in the day, man. I was a young and they were doing that, and the gospel rap thing, a lot of people just wasn't ready for it back then.
Right,
so y'all were
right.
really stepping out by doing that, which is kind of dope.
Well, you know, I live my life that way. You know,
Yeah.
Thank you. I live my life that way. If everybody is doing one thing, I don't want to do the same thing that everybody else is doing, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, having the power and or the courage to be different, you know, to do your thing, I think that's real important. And that's what's missing in a lot of people's lives right now. They just emulate, imitate, and follow the leader instead of being the one who sets the new path. So it's real important.
Instead of being the leader.
Or being the leader, right.
And you definitely led the way. Trust me, believe me,
Thank
man.
you.
So when you started that, man, doing your hammer thing, and of course that name comes from, I think about you being a bad boy back in the day with the A's. I mean, so your career could have went a couple different ways, right?
Right. Yeah, I was, you know, playing baseball, loving it, and I got named Hammer by Reggie Jackson. Because when I was little, I looked exactly like Hammer and Hank Aaron, and Hammer and Hank Aaron's nickname is the Hammer.
Yeah.
You know, so they saw me, and they said, you know, I was 9 years old, and they said, man, you look just like Hammer and Hank Aaron. So Reggie said, I'm gonna name you the Little Hammer. And so one of my friends recommended one day that when I'm rapping, I should use Hammer.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, that's dope. I'm gonna do that.
Well, it was a great choice for you, that's for sure. And of course, man, you've been doing your thing, and from that moment on, your career just took off into a direction. Could you even imagine the heights that you were going to go to at that point? Or is it something you already dreamed about? You saw that vision beforehand?
Well, like every you know, young person, I always dreamed of doing something big, aspire to do something big. That's what everybody, you know, some of the people grow up wanting to be successful actors, athletes, entertainers. Very few people say I want to grow up and be like this great CEO. You know, that's a different thing. But people aspire for spotlight, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so I hoped to do it big, and I knew I would put the work in, but you never know how or what song or what movie or what show would do it, right? And so, but I dream big, and I'm always willing to put in the work to make big things happen. So while I was surprised at the level of success, anybody who's around me would tell you that don't nobody work harder. So I was putting in the hard work.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. MC Hammer hanging out with your boy Romeo and Jaz. Friday is going down tonight at the Staples Center
At
of
the
all
Staples
places.
Center. We loving it.
I mean, let's talk about that.
Yeah, historic place, you know. Again, the house of Kobe, Magic, you know, the history. And, you know, we got a great show. We got Keisha Cole, Oakland.
It's a good lineup.
We got Goapele,
Really good lineup.
another one from Oakland.
Yeah.
Thank you, V. Bozeman, who's from Compton, you know, on Empire.
Yeah.
Beautiful singer. I mean,
Yes,
powerful, and people going to see more of her. Then we got the Oakland Fight Club. and John Hart. John Hart had Who's Booty last year and a half. Now he has the brand new Hammer Time record. It's crazy with Neff DeFaro on it and Clyde Carson. And then we got the Oakland Fight Club, Booby Hammer, HKO. We bringing Gigs 510. They're gonna open up the show and get it going. So, and then we got the LA Youth Orchestra. Crazy. Wait till you hear this. Like I'm doing one song for Prince because. When doves cry, it's the underlining of pray.
Of pray, yeah,
and I
absolutely.
never got to do in my way, saying goodbye to Prince. Subsequently, after that, I made Too Legit to Quit album at Paisley Park. So I was out there with Prince for a couple months at that time too, and so he was somebody I had a tremendous amount of respect for and a dear friend.
Yeah.
And the way that I will honor him tonight at the Staples Center is going to be, like when you hear these kids.
Yeah.
And this orchestra and this choir on the combination of When Doves Cry and We Got to Pray. And then I don't want to, take away the ending, but we're going to send his spirit off with honor. It's going to be crazy.
Awesome.
You know what I love about this, my man? Like 25 years later, and you still making sure you got people with you. You're taking care of people, your surroundings. You're putting the right people on stage with you. You're giving people another opportunity to shine with you.
Well, thank you. I really wanted to do that for the LA Youth Orchestra. I met them 6 years ago. They were playing for Senator Dianne Feinstein at this event, and I saw them. And the musicianship was 1,000, like excellent. And then there was this young kid out front, and I couldn't tell exactly what he was wrestling with, and I'm not sure of autism or anything like that, right? All I know is I was watching him, he was fidgeting and all that, and then when he started to play his violin, he got strong. He lifted up and he started playing, and he closed his eyes, and I could just see him, like his freedom and his strength. So I went and introduced myself to the conductor. I say, listen, at some point in my life, I want to help you with support what you're doing with these kids, because I just seen something that was beautiful. And so at the minute I committed to doing the Staples Center, I called him. I said, it's time. We're gonna put the orchestra in the Staples Center and let everybody see them.
Yeah.
And so we've been rehearsing. They own about 8 songs. Crazy. Help the Children. The new Help the Children done. The beat done by Clayton Williams. The video is taking off right now. We dedicated the song to the Dreamers. We supporting Dreamers because we just feel like of all the children that need to be helped right now, they're at the top of our list. We anti all this the spirit of hate and this hate that's out there.
Yeah.
So we're using that, and wait till you see that. I'm gonna give away part of the secret. So the orchestra gonna start off with Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, and all the screens gonna fill out, what's happening today that we dealing with.
Nice.
And then we gonna segue into Help the Children, which the underlying track of that is Marvin Gaye's Mercy, Mercy Me.
Okay.
So we're going to give you a real journey. This is not your average concert. It's the orchestra, it's the choir, it's 40 dancers. It's crazy. It's going to be the real thing.
Wow.
It's Hammer Time. That's what
It's
it
Hammer
is.
Time.
That's what it is.
And we celebrating education, supporting XQ America, XQ Live, which is Lorraine Powell Jobs and Ruslan Ali. They came up with an idea to put a whole lot of money towards reinventing education at the high school level so that you get prepared for jobs in the future. That's how all this started.
That's amazing.
And I heard
man.
they were going to be in L.A. on September 8th, and I said, well, then I'm going to be in L.A. on September 8th.
Let's go.
And we're going to have this big party. We're going to do one thing in the daytime and another thing at nighttime.
It's so cliche, but children are the future.
They really are,
They
right?
are, yeah.
They really are. Yeah, indeed.
That is so dope.
Indeed.
MC Hammer hanging out with us this morning. Show's going down tonight to Staples Center. First 5 callers, hit us up right now. 323-520-5329. But check this out. When we come back, we got to talk about how two greats, you and Prince, was at Paisley Park. How that
Yes,
time was.
sir.
If you can share some stories with us. And let's talk
Absolutely.
about life, man. What goes up must come down. We all been through it, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about it. Keep it locked. It's K-Day. It's K-Day's morning show. Your boy Romeo and Jaz. Still looking for you winners. Want to hang out to Staples Center tonight because MC Hammer is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Talking about this great, amazing concert. Because whenever you do it, as always, you did it big.
I got to
You know
do
what
it
I'm saying?
big.
You
I
fed
gotta
a
do
lot
it.
of people, man. You opened doors for a lot of people. Do you understand how you stay blessed because of things like that?
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I love doing that as a part of who I am. Obviously, I'm from Oakland. I grew up around activists, people who definitely created a sense of safety in the community, and that were very focused. And I took a page from that book
Yeah.
and held on to it real tight.
Yeah, I know that's right, man. Well, let's talk about it. Young man from Oakland ends up in Paisley Park with one of the greatest ever. Rest in peace, Prince.
Yes, sir.
What were those 2 weeks like hanging out at
2
Paisley
months.
Park? 2 months.
2 months,
Oh, man.
wow.
Did y'all play ball? Did he have a jump shot? Come on, tell me now.
Even more importantly, he took me in the vaults.
Oh.
And I'm one of the very few people on earth that he took into the vault and showed me where he was, storing all the music that he was creating. And then he would come when I'm in the studio doing music. The door was glass, and he'd be dressed to the nines and just stand there. And I'd be like, okay, what I'm gonna say right now?
Right.
Prince standing right there. You want to come? I said, you want to come in? No. His voice super. No, it's okay, Hammer. I'm just making sure everything is okay.
Did he make you nervous?
It was a respect and a reverence. You know what I'm saying? I just had you got to understand, on the album before that, on Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, I did 2 Prince songs.
Yeah.
I did Doves Cry, We Got to Pray, and then I did Soft and Wet.
Yeah.
So he already know. This is only my second album, and I'm doing 2 of your songs on my second album.
Yeah.
And I sent a nice check off that first one. Yeah. So, I'm sending off the Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em,
Yeah.
Yeah. All them checks, them $1 million checks that came in.
Yeah.
And I'm back here to do my next album because of how much respect and reverence I have for
That's
you.
dope.
And to be honest, at the time, he was in transition, and he was fighting against the music industry. And he had written "slave" on his face,
Yep.
and all of that. And they were trying to squeeze him and box him in and cut off his resources. And so the reason why I ended up at Paisley Park, out of the respect, but more out of love. So I showed up at Paisley Park, and when I walked in there, I was like, I'm looking for a studio. Y'all got any studios I can rent here? And I put a check on the table with a whole bunch of zeros on it and say, I need to be here for a while and use your studio. What I was really doing, and I'm only saying it now because it's just time that, everything is timing.
Yeah.
I probably didn't tell it in this manner, but I wanted to support him and make sure that he know, I know what's going on. I know they trying to get you. They're trying to squeeze you out the business and whatnot. But I'm here to rent a studio for a couple months, so I hope this helps with that situation.
Man, come on, Hammer, you did that for Prince.
Because I love Prince, and they wanted to take his studio away from him. They wanted to come from many angles, but he survived. Don't get me wrong. Prince was smart, one of the smartest guys in this business ever, and I just wanted to show support. And another reason why I'm honoring him is he also turned around and anonymously put a lot of money in Oakland. He didn't even talk about it. He would come in and invest in businesses and in the children in Oakland and not even talk about it.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, and since his passing, you hear a lot of stories similar to that, what Prince did.
Yeah, he really did.
But this is my first really hearing it this way, that you did that for him. Like, that's just so amazing that friendship, that bond was built, like you said, from that album, and then just carried over from there, man.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
He was one of my, and remains one of my all-time favorites. So we're going to represent him properly at Hammer Time 25 at Staples Center tonight. It's going down.
It's going down tonight, Staples Center, man. Make sure you keep your lock right here for your chance to get those tickets. That is for sure. Now, let's talk about it, man. You were a man that went from 0 to 100 real quick. 33 mil real quick, man.
Yeah.
What's the story of the fallout from that situation that people can learn from? Because at the point, people always ask, well, how was that possible to lose that?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But you were feeding a lot of people.
Yeah, the word lose, I never really, because I don't talk about it that much in public.
Yeah.
But if I were to, I didn't lose anything. I know exactly what I was doing.
Okay.
And at any time I choose to, I could have cut it off. These are my decisions that I'm making. It's not like a mystery. It's not like I'm saying, who's sticking their hand in my money?
Got it. Yep.
Ain't nobody. It's not. I'm not that. I'm a businessman, so I'm looking. But I'm also looking at time and place, and I'm looking at, 100 people who, what they gonna do for employment? They rolling with Hammer Time right now.
Yeah.
And minus me, I got to throw them back out to the wolves. At that time, now remember, you were there. What was going on at that time? More death, murder, killing in our community than any time in history.
Yeah.
So I made a decision. Even if we not on the road, I'ma still pay your rent. Wow. I'ma still make sure you get a check because I don't want you to get out in them streets and try to hustle.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Because now you've been introduced to another lifestyle. 5-star hotels,
Yeah.
nice traveling, jets, private jets, people treating you with respect, not looking at you from one. You roll with Hammer, and Hammer, you know, receives the red carpet wherever you go. I made sure that all my inner circle cats, I bought them 5 suits apiece. So they suited every day. So I was either going to cut everybody off and throw them out to the wolves and put them in a position where they got to get out here and hustle in most cases, or continue to try to hustle hard enough to look after them. So I made that decision, and you ain't never heard me ever say, I wish I didn't do that.
Yeah.
It's a value. The value of life is more important. You can make money.
Yeah.
You can't make people.
Come on now. Come on, Hammer.
You can't, you can't reinvent. If they end up incarcerated or dead, how do you bring them back?
Yeah.
So I made my decision. I lived by my decision, and look what God did. Here I am today.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about nothing. I make money hand over fist without even having to work hard for it, as a blessing for God, because you can't beat Him in giving. So I was never regretful for blessing my folks and looking out for them.
Yeah.
And what I would recommend though to a young artist, you can't be me now. Don't try. This is not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. This ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I say to them, like they say on the airplane,
Yeah.
even if your child is next to you, when the plane start going down, the mask drop, what they tell you to do.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of
first.
yourself first.
You get some air first,
Yep.
then you give somebody else some air. So for young artists, get some air for yourself. Take care of yourself first, then take care of your people.
Wow, man. And this just goes back to how you first got into the game, from Christian rapping up, from who you are.
Yes, sir.
You defining who you are and who you remain to be through all of this.
It's a real blessing.
So many times you could have probably gone astray, man, but now hearing that, knowing you kept them on payroll on or off the road,
on or off the road.
I don't know a lot of cats that would do that. I just don't.
I mean, I'm not, speaking. I'm just saying, I don't know everybody's business, but I've never heard nobody do that before.
No,
You know what I'm saying? And then do it at that magnitude. We really talking, 100 people. So, but it has been one of the greatest blessings of my entire life, to have been able to do that. And at the same time, having all the Hammer baseball teams, in Oakland, throughout Oakland, where all you have to do is bring your child to the nearest park and drop them off. I buy the glove, the uniforms, the fees. You don't have to do nothing. Just get the kid to the park, and I'll take care of everything else. And so being able to do that, when you go to the Oakland A's game, they got Too Legit to Quit built in the scoreboards, and everybody stand up in the 8th inning and they do Too Legit to Quit.
Yeah.
When you go to the Raiders game, they come out on Oaktown. You hear them, Oaktown, boom, boom. When you go to the Warriors parade, you see me and the mayor lead the parade when we win it every year.
Man, rep your city.
Every other year. So I'm saying that to say
Wait a minute.
that the love, not only in the town, but throughout the Bay Area, has been reciprocated. It's priceless.
It is something you cannot buy.
You can't buy
it's
it.
The work that you
priceless
put into
because
it.
they know I love my people. I love my city. I love my area, Bay Area, till I die. That's it. So, no regrets.
Wow.
No regrets.
Great story, man. So many people can learn from this portion of this interview. MC Hammer definitely set the record straight. Another 5 callers. You want to hang out tonight to Staples Center?
We giving out tickets.
We doing
We giving out tickets.
5329. Keep it here on K-Day. When we come back, we're going to lighten up the situation a little bit. We got this game called Assed Out that we're going to play.
All right.
You ready,
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
93.5 K-Day's morning show. Just learning off the air that there's a true connection with MC Hammer in St. Louis, where I'm from
definitely.
originally.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
man, it's just now it makes sense.
Yeah, I had dancers from the Lou, even to the extent that when I'm on tour, if 4 or 5 of my dancers get injured, hurt, whatever, got emergencies, all I had to do was call back to St. Louis to Sonny, and he ran the youth center there, and they trained you on how to be a Hammer dancer all year long. So I just called St. Louis, I need 5 more, and they fly them in, and them dudes from St. Louis would come out, and they'd be on point, ready to go, boom, knew the whole entire show. And that was a result of Sonny, who I have a great relationship all the way until today, and the subsequently, a lot of my dancers out of St. Louis became some of the most prolific. Lil Roro, a bunch of them became some of the best choreographers in the business today and worked with a tremendous amount of artists.
Did not know that
awesome.
connection was like that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I just want to know how many people gonna wear them MC Hammer pants out tonight. Because if I still had mine, trust me, I'll be in there tonight.
probably
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
In the
yeah.
closet
My mama
somewhere.
probably got them up in the attic. I'm about to hit
Yeah.
up like, Mama.
Yes, indeed.
MC Hammer all the way live at Staples Center tonight. You definitely want to get there early. You do not want to miss this show. It's going to be spiritually motivating. It's going to be uplifting.
We got
It's
the
gonna be
whole
high energy.
Yeah, we're gonna be. We got the high energy. We got the moments that will go down in history. I only do this. I pick my moments. So
Yeah.
I've done 0 shows this year. I picked this to be one. The other one I did was to honor Hank Aaron. They said they were going to honor Hank Aaron in Atlanta. So I flew to Atlanta and did a show in honor of him. They said they wanted the 2 Hammers together.
Yeah.
And it started off as a picture of us together when I was 10 as father and son lookalikes. And so this was full circle for me with that. But I picked my spots, and this is going to be a historical concert. We got the orchestra. We got 40 dancers. We got Hammer Time. We got Goapele. We got Keisha Cole. We got V. Bozeman. We got the Oakland Fight Club. We got John Hart. We got Ace KO, Booby Hammer, Gigs
Wow.
510. It's going to be real hard from the beginning with the hip hop and the rapping, and then we're gonna segue into the real beautiful singing with all of those great songsters, and then it's Hammer Time.
He said, then it's Hammer Time.
Yeah.
Going down tonight to Staples Center, man. Well, we love to play this game on a show called Ass Stouts.
Okay.
So we're going to put you in little situations here, and you get to choose one or the other. Now, it might be a little rough, some might be easy. Okay, so we're going to take you back. Here's the situation. If you can bring one of these artists back to life and do one more record with them, who would it be between Eazy-E and Nate Dogg?
Oh man, come on now.
Hey, that's going to be hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But watch this. On my Inside Out album, and I love both of them, I got a song called A Song for Easy. So it got to be Easy.
Gotta be
Easy
Easy.
used to come out on my tour when he needed to rest.
Okay.
Come out my plane to stay with me for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And while we out there, every night he'll introduce me on tour. It confused the audience. They said, ladies and gentlemen, our MC for the night. And Easy will walk out.
Wow.
And he is, y'all get ready. It's my Hammer Time. I'm staying at such and such room 332. Y'all come on over after work. Yeah. My little homeboy Eazy-E, rest in peace. If you
Oh,
look at the
man.
Too Legit to Quit video, you see
Yeah.
Easy's right there at the beginning. What? Hammer quit? What he gonna do? So that was my homeboy. I love Eazy. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And,
So
so it would be
funny.
easy,
Okay.
but Nate Dogg and I had some great memories together as well.
Okay, celebrating Easy's life because his birthday was just yesterday,
Yeah.
man. Cannot believe.
Belated,
Definitely
yeah.
going too soon. All right, a couple ladies, Aaliyah or Left Eye. If you can do a record, one of them. If you can bring one of them back to life and do a record, Aaliyah or Left Eye.
Okay. Again, I love them both, as you know. That's why you're doing these.
Oh,
Tough
yeah.
questions.
Come on now.
Exactly.
But you got to understand, TLC was on my tour. So I had them originally as one of my groups that I don't want to use the word opening because they legendary, but everybody has a beginning.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, when they was first getting it popping, I put them on my tour. And Left Eye would be on my bus 3 days a week just because Lisa was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And she didn't ask. She'd come to the door of the bus, open the door, tell him
Boom.
I'm riding with him from here to Detroit. I'll be like, all right. And her DJ will come with him, and they'd ride with us all the way, and we just had a ball. So I got a lot of great memories with Lisa, with Left Eye. And then she subsequently became Andre Risen's fiance, who was hanging out with Dion all the time.
Prime time.
And me and Andre used to play John Madden all the time.
Who was better?
I would say we about a tie.
Okay, all right,
he,
all right.
he was real good. Now
Okay.
I can't take nothing away from him.
Okay.
So it'd be Left Eye.
Be
But
Left
Leah, I love her too.
This might be a little easy for you, being that the history, but Michael Jackson or Prince?
Well, you just heard. Well, you know.
I know.
We just
That's
did
what
all
I'm
the
saying. So
stories.
this might be a little easier
Yeah, we
for
just
you.
did all the stories. But I got a tremendous amount of love, respect. Michael Jackson was my original inspiration, along with James Brown.
Okay.
I got memories of great conversations of Michael and I going back and forth on. We were complimenting each other on who's the better dancer.
Oh, your moves are better. I can hear Mike saying it.
Hey, it's
like
so
Hammer Time.
it was so crazy, right? Because he called me, and I thought somebody was playing games because it was like 6:30 in the morning, and he was like, "Hello, can I speak to Hammer?" I was like, "Hey, it's too early in the morning to be playing games on my phone," and I hung up.
You hung up on MJ?
I hung up.
Did he call back?
And then he called back. He said, "Excuse me, something happened with the phone, but I want to speak to Hammer." And I looked over at my wife, and she said, "What's going on?" I said, and this is why I'm filming Too Legit to Quit. And remember I told you, Michael, well, I didn't tell you, I told somebody, Michael was standing underneath me while I made that video. He stayed at the Sheraton Universal here for 2 months. And I didn't know, so I didn't know it was him for sure. So then I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. And this is when I knew it was Michael. Somebody opened one of his room doors in his suite and made some noise. And he yelled at him, and his voice didn't change. He said, "Close the door. I'm on the phone trying to talk to Hammer." And when he said that, I said, "It's Michael. It's Michael." I said, "Hey, MJ. I said, "Michael." I said, "Hey, man. Hey, man."
That's crazy.
Hey, Michael. Hey, look, you know you're the greatest dancer ever. No, Hammer. You're the greatest I've ever seen. I said, "Oh, no. Wow. You the greatest dancer. It ain't even close, man. You the greatest dancer." He said, "Hammer, the stuff you're doing is very complicated. Blah, blah, blah. I think you're the best dancer I ever seen."
Coming from Michael Jackson, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I threw out another name of somebody we both love. I said, "Michael, no, she on our level too." He said, no, she isn't. She takes lessons.
And who was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
And you never will. Now, it could have been somebody from a historic past.
Right.
Anyway, I cherish those conversations.
Yeah.
I cherish in '88. When I was off the Let's Get It Started album, Michael came to the side of the stage and he said he needed to watch it live, watch me get down live. So I cherish those moments, and then subsequently in his life, whenever he needed me to be anywhere, I would get there. So I would have to choose Michael from the personal side of our memory.
Okay.
But then Prince, because of our personal memories. So in this one, this will be the only time that I won't choose either one. But if you twist my arm and made me, I have to go with my man Prince.
Okay.
But I got great memories with MJ.
Yeah.
And the fact that you got so many dope stories with the cats I'm bringing up, throwing at you right now.
Yeah, it's true
Just said,
stuff.
man, your life has been great, man. From you
Seriously.
giving back to the people you've met, been on stage with. But we're not done with this assed out. But now we're going to bring it to today's day. Let's say we're in the Bay Area, E42 show, want to do a show. Now she going to hit you with some names. Who you putting on this lineup?
Okay, so you're going on tour,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Between Snoop and Ice Cube, who's going on tour with you and who's getting asked out?
Why are you doing this?
Oh, we just having some fun
We
before
have
we get you
to.
ready for the night, Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh man, me and Snoop and Snoop's mother have our own real family relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And to the extent that, like, for one of her birthdays, Snoop's mother called and say, "Now Snoop obviously is my son, but you my favorite rapper. And I'm having my birthday, and I need you to come to my birthday party."
Wow.
And you know what I did?
Yeah.
I went to the
went.
birthday.
Showed up and showed out.
And then Daz, who was Snoop's cousin, obviously, and his mother, Dad's mother, and I, and my wife and our family, we have extremely close relationship as well. And when Dad's mother moved up north, Sacramento, I had her come down to our house, and my wife, laid dinner out and everything, and then Daz came, and we had dinner, and I'm just bringing up some moments to just say, because of all of that history and friendship and love, I got to go with Snoop.
Okay.
Okay.
But much love and respect for Ice Cube.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Warren G and DJ Quick. Who's going with you?
Who's going with you, Hammer?
Now, watch this. DJ Quick, for a lot of reasons. It have to be DJ Quick. I know Quick, and we recorded together. We traveled together, and when he, no, I'm just saying, and I got a memory, you know what I'm saying. So it was a time when Quick needed me, and I was there in a hurry,
Okay.
and so me and Quick, it's got to be Quick. 'Cause
Okay.
Yeah.
When he needed me, I was there real quick.
Got love for
There
you,
you
Warren
go.
Jeezy, but
There
quick,
you
got
go.
to roll with Hammer on this
Warren G,
one.
no, me and him was homeboys, so I love Warren G.
Yeah.
But it'll be quick because we got some real intimate memories on some
Okay.
levels.
Last one, Dog Pound or Cypress Hill?
Well, we just talked about that. So, you know,
That was given.
on the Funky Headhunter album, Corrupt and Dash came up to Oakland, stayed with me for a couple weeks, and was making sure that the funk on that album was right.
Okay.
And, you know, they slipped one on me. You know, I don't smoke no weed. You know what I'm saying? I don't smoke no weed. And I was rapping in the booth trying to get this line right? And Dash and Corrupt out there, you know, they don't stop smoking. See, I don't smoke no weed, they don't stop. So I was in there, I was trying to, you know, I kept on messing up on this one part of this rap I was putting down. And then so Corrupt came in. No, it was Daz. So Daz came in the booth and he said, Ham, you smoking. Yeah, you know, when you say that, so just, you know, I think you might want to change this one part on that delivery and
Blowing
and look, check it out. Then he went back out the room, right? Out the booth.
Yeah.
And then I started spinning blah 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 blah. And I hit it, went right through it. And he pushed the button. He pushed the button in, and he said, "Yeah, all I had to do was come in and blow some of this smoke in your nose."
That's secondhand.
he said, I knew you was just a little too tight in there, man. And you know, the Dog Pound had to go light it up for you.
Come on now. Come on.
Yeah. So Daz, yeah.
So you gotta go with Dog
I
Pound on
gotta
that?
go with the Dog Pound. Them dudes, I love them, and they, whenever I've needed them, they've always been there for me. Yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah, and,
Well,
and their parents and fathers, mothers and relationships and whatnot.
This ain't just business. This is family.
Yeah.
that you
It's
talking
family.
about.
It's
That's
family.
dope,
You know,
yeah.
Dad's mama is a minister. A lot of people don't know that, and she's serious about it. She believes in the blood of Jesus, the power of God on a real level.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's all love.
Man, when you get a round of applause because you survived the game of ass stouts, you know what I'm saying? Sweating just a little bit. We're in sweat just a little bit.
Not too much, but it's all good.
Well, let's look back over your amazing career that's still going and all the things you've done, all you've accomplished. How can you sum up your career? If you could do it in one sentence or one word, what would it be for you, MC Hammer?
A blessing.
Perfect.
Been a real blessing. Been a real
Perfect.
blessing, and we continuing to bless. Right now, this moment in time, what we're gonna do with that concert will shift the atmosphere.
Okay.
We're gonna break some things down. We're gonna, when you hear the new Help to Children that is dedicated to supporting dreamers and bringing more harmony and peace throughout this nation, you'll get it. When you hear that orchestra and that choir with that song and the way we're gonna deliver it, the young man from St. Louis, Gentry Cozier. Not only is his vocals crazy, very Marvin Gaye-ish, but he can do it. He gets ranges this wide.
Okay.
And then when you hear the tribute to Prince and how we give him a proper send off, it's all there. It's gonna be amazing show. And then again the guests. Guap and V. Bozeman and Keisha Cole, Oakland Fight Club,
It's a no-lose situation.
John Hart.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
All right. Tonight, the Staples Center, we're going to look for another, let's see, 25 years. Call it 25 right now. 323-520-5329. Put you in the Staples Center tonight with MC Hammer. We always end our show. How do we end our show when we sign off?
Stay blessed, be blessed.
Stay
The
best.
fact that you saying that.
Be blessed. I
Yes.
love it.
Man, and may your career continue to be blessed, man. And just thank you. Like, I've done a lot of sit-downs and interviews, but like to chop it up with you and to hear this, amazing.
Well, my pleasure, and I really appreciate y'all. It's all love.
Okay.
And stay blessed, and be blessed.
Yeah.
There you go.